Hi there. Welcome to Needlepoint TV. Today's video is all about French knots. So you may have been following along. If you have, you know that I've been working on a canvas by Carol Dupree called Mardi Gras Santa, and I'm stitching that particular canvas for my December project. And we've had some blog posts over on the Serendipity Needleworks website about the project, and I'll continue to update you with my progress. But this past weekend, I ran into a little bit of a snag. I need some threads that I didn't have in my stash. So I've had to order some threads and I'm waiting on my package to arrive. So until then, I thought it might be kind of fun to talk about some different stitches that you can use for Santa's beard or for any kind of beard for that matter. So I will go ahead and encourage you, make sure you look at this week's blog post on Thursday. It'll be published on Thursday on the Serendipity Needleworks website. It will include several different stitches that you can use for Santa's beard. Today, what we're going to focus on though is French knots. So some of my very favorite threads to use for Santa's beard are Bella Lusso and Whisper. I like to use a combination of those two threads together, threaded in the same needle. I think it makes a really nice, fluffy, soft looking beard. So if I'm working on 18 count canvas, I typically use one strand of Whisper and one strand of Bella Lusso. If I'm working on a 13 mesh canvas, then I'll increase that to 2 strands of each, but you can always play around with the combination in your needle to come up with whatever kind of look you're trying to achieve. Some other threads that you can also use for Santa's beard are Planet Earth wool, silk and ivory, and vineyard merino. I would probably, if I were using those threads, I would tend to use the silk and ivory on 13 mesh canvas and the Planet Earth wool and the vineyard merino both on 18 count canvas. So I promised in the email that I send out every week. And if you're not already on my weekly email list, make sure that you click the link down below this video to sign up so that you get all the latest, because I include information in my weekly emails that I don't share anywhere else. So, so do sign up for that if you don't already get it. But I promised everybody in this week's email that went out earlier today that I was going to show you how to do the perfect French knot. French knots are really not nearly as hard as a lot of people make them out to be. There are just a few little tricks that you're going to want to follow. And as I demonstrate for you, you'll see, and I'd encourage you to, as soon as you can grab yourself a doodle canvas and a piece of thread and a needle, try it for yourself too, because I will say this is one of those stitches that practice does truly make perfect. It's one that you're going to find that you can use for more than just Santa's beard. It's great for a variety of different design components on your projects. So what do you say we dive right in and I'll demonstrate to you how to do the perfect French knot. Alrighty, you can see that I have my needle and thread to the front of the canvas in the place where I'm going to actually begin my French knots. So I'm right-handed, and so I'm going to keep my dominant hand on top. You're going to be working back and forth between the back and the front of your canvas. So it's always super helpful to have your frame on a stand. I have my canvas, my doodle canvas. This is a 13 mesh canvas, and I'm working with silk and ivory thread. I'm using blue because I think it'll be easier for you to see just exactly what I'm doing. And but of course, if I were doing this for a beard, I would use white or natural. So I have my needle and thread to the front, and I'm going to do one wrap around the needle, just like that. A true French knot is only one wrap around the needle. Anything beyond one wrap is actually a bullion stitch. So that's a whole nother stitch for a whole nother video. But so you see I've wrapped my thread around the needle one time. I'm going to go across a canvas intersection, and I'm holding the thread tautly with my non-dominant stitching hand, and I'm keeping the tension on that, and I'm going to push the needle through to the back. One thing you want to make sure that you do is you want to maintain tension on the thread, but you don't want to wrap it so tightly around the needle that you're not going to be able to pull the eye of the needle through. Because in needlepoint we use a tapestry needle, the eye of the tapestry needle is actually wider than the shaft. So you have to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room so that you can get that eye through that wrap. So I've got the tension on the thread. but not so tightly that I can't pull the needle all the way through. I'm going to just pull on that thread, releasing with my left hand or my non-dominant hand, very slowly pulling that through until I end up with what looks like a granny's knot, or granny's bun rather, for the knot. So you can see that's a single French knot. You can work these French knots individually, or you can work them in clusters. Of course, if you're doing a Santa's beard, you're going to be doing clusters of French knots. The reason I go across the canvas intersection is because I want to make sure that that knot has a place to sit or rest. It's resting over a canvas intersection. It can also rest over just a single canvas thread. So let me do another one and show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to bring my needle through to the front, and I'm going to wrap across the needle one time, and then this time I'm going to go directly up. So I'm just going to cross one canvas thread, not across an intersection. I'm going to slowly pull through, and when I get that thread pulled all the way through, I quit pulling when I feel the resistance from the back side of the canvas, and it looks like a little granny's bun. So let's do another one just for good measure. This time I'll do one across a vertical canvas thread. That other one, this one, was worked over a horizontal canvas thread. So this time I'll work across a canvas thread that's running up and down. All right, so I'm going to again wrap one time, and I will go, you can go either to the left or to the right for demonstration purposes. I think it'll be easier for you to see me going over to the left. Again, hold the tension on the thread, pull your needle through to the back, ever so slowly, let go, and you can see how you have the perfect little French knot. And that, my friend, is how you make French knots. All righty, see, that wasn't so hard. So I highly encourage you, again, get yourself some blank canvas, mount it on some stretcher bars, get a needle and some thread, make sure you have a stand handy, or use a frame weight or something that will enable you to work hands-free, so that you don't have to hold the canvas in one hand. Makes it so much easier if you're using a stand. So give it a try and let me know how it goes. And in the meantime, if you'll do me a huge favor, I would love to know what stitch is your favorite for working beards, or Santa's beard specifically. Tell me down in the comments below, and I'll read all of them, and I'm eager to hear what you have to say. So let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed to Needlepoint TV, make sure you click that little red button down below this video so that you'll get all the notices whenever a new video is uploaded here to our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a terrific rest of your day. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye for now.